Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with my Dress Up Darling Season 2 episode number 12 reaction. This is the final episode of this season. So the previous episode we got to see a little bit more about Akira's past and like how her situation was at her home. Her parents didn't really like her watching anime and stuff, and she thought like, and because she was brought up like that, she thought that it was weird liking these things. But when she saw like a few of her college friends were like, kind of like very into this and they didn't really judge her, she realized that, oh, it's not that different, it's a hobby. And she started hanging out with them. And fast forward, they are her friends now, who are also Mine's friends, those two girls. And also, we had Juju do Black Lobelia cosplay, even though she was not really keen on doing it because she didn't want to disrespect the character, because she didn't have the proper body type or the face shape or all that stuff, uh, which is required to properly pull it off. But like Mine's friends, they motivated her and told her that if that's your reason, don't shy away from doing it. There's a lot of things that you can do to change your body type and your face, makeups and other stuff. Just don't like shy away because you think that you will be doing, you will be disrespecting the character, because you'll probably regret it in the future not doing the cosplay. And kind of gave her their own like situation. She shared her own life story with her about how she was also like that. But all those things, in the end, Juju did a Black Lobelia cosplay with help from them, and everything went pretty well. Also, the reason why Akira's awkward with Marin is probably because, from the looks of it, she probably looks up to Marin because of her Shizuku-tan cosplay. Because one of the characters, not Shizuku-tan, it might be Black Lobelia as well, I'm not 100% sure. But one of the characters that Marin cosplays was there in an acrylic stand in front of her, like, door. So if she likes that character, there's a high possibility that since Marin did the cosplay of that, she probably liked that as well, and that's why she respects her, and that's why she's awkward in front of her. Something like that. You know what? I guess we'll probably get an answer to that here in this episode. Let's see. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. Let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. The day of the Coffin Group cosplay. Oh yeah, we still haven't had the Coffin cosplay still. We were just, trying it out. The official. Oh yeah, this whole thing. Yeah, she decided that. Oh my god. Bro, you can't even confess in front of a plushie. I have a long ways to go. Oh, oh, there he is. Um, damn. Hmm. No. Bruh. Oh no. Oh my god. Studio for the shoot? Oh wow, they have the props and everything. Yeah. Wow. He knows. He experienced the game, so. Oh wow. Sophia. Yeah. Hey! Wow. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. Oh wow, that's Shinju. I didn't even recognize her. Yeah, don't. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, she's not good with these things. Wow, that is Juju's just dear my dress up darling. Okay. Damn. Wait, they're recreating this? That's really cool. Hmm. Yeah. I'm getting confused because all these characters are cosplaying. I don't recognize who's who. Hmm. Oh, here we go. The dinner, the dinner scene when they're eating the. Oh my god. Jill is not comfortable with this. And oh, she's supposed to be the main character, right? So she'll be there up until the end. Juju, right? She's the main character, I think. That's horrible. She'll be there up until the end. Has an ear in it. um. Oh no, here's the. Oh god. Bruh. Yeah, they made it. Well, I only played halfway. Crazy. Oh. Hey yo. Ah, this is crazy. The realism. Oh no. Wait, what the? Oh no. Don't throw up. Yeah, this is really realistic. Yeah, what? Hey! Stop! He looks like an actual, actual murderer or something. I don't think you want to experience that because of the nature of the game. Oh boy. Okay. Go to space. Go to space. Hmm. Well, she's not really. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, she was very excited for this. Yeah, she was going to refuse at first, but then. Oh no, I'm better as a magical. Oh, yo, she's gone. She's gone unconscious. Oh, here we go, Akira. Mm. Oh, there she is. Oh no. Oh. Yeah. What? Oh, well, there you go. All right, here we go. What? Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, well. Yeah. Oh, right. So it was Black Lobely. I thought it was Shizukutan, but never mind. You know that acrylic stand that we saw. That was Black Lobely. There you go. Go to his face. Yeah, she looked away. Hmm. I'll puke. Oi. Wow, they have subtitles for it. Yeah. Wow. Oh my god. Bro. Yeah, well, Juju's just in the background. Hmm. Well, mine wanted to do the cosplay herself as well, so it's, you know. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Damn, she's still. Wow. Right. Yeah, it's. I doubt she'll be able to do it. I'll be very surprised if she actually confesses. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Oh, is she really going to confess? I'll be very surprised, like I said, if she does. Oh. Ah, boy. Well. Yo. Oi, your phone! Hey, oh my god. Yeah, right. Well, where's the confession? Didn't you say you're going to? Okay, great. Okay. Well, is that it? Um, so no announcement, I guess. Let me check. I don't think been any announcement for season three. Yeah, there isn't. Which obviously, like the show is pretty popular, but yeah, like whether it's gonna have a season three or not, that's the question. Uh, hmm. Also, I do wonder how much into the story we are in. Like, I don't read the manga, so I'm not really sure. Um, but I feel like, like since mine is thinking about confessing and everything, we're probably like near the ending, maybe? I'm not sure. How many chapters do the manga have? Wait a minute, let me check. 119 chapters. Hmm. Okay. So yeah, I feel like we're probably. I feel like there's like like since it's 119 chapters, I feel like 3 seasons are perfect for it. We've already had 2 seasons. I feel like they have enough content for maybe one more season. So there's no reason to stop at this point. I feel like they can they can complete it because the manga's not really that big. And it has completed. The manga is also completed. I do know that. So yeah, I think they'll probably do another season in the future. There hasn't been any announcement now, but maybe in the future they'll probably announce it and quickly do the third season, and maybe conclude it there. Either way, that was a great season, and a great episode as well. In this episode, we had finally we had Akira and Mari's misunderstanding was properly addressed, and we get to know the proper reason why Akira acted like that in front of Marin. And yeah, I was correct. So basically, she is a big fan of her, and she didn't want to act weird in front of her. That's why she was trying to kind of suppress herself, which came out as if she was trying to avoid her. And obviously, Marin thought that she doesn't like her or something like that. But either way, that whole thing got resolved because we properly had a conversation at the end, and Marin got to know that Akira really looks up to her, and all that stuff happened. Things are good, and the misunderstanding got cleared up. Right. We also had the Black Lobelia cosplay today, and it was actually really good. Like they said, this was not really a like a proper photo shoot, but the way they did it seemed so good, like so legitimate. Like they recreate, you can see they recreated all the scenes from the game. Like like the game had like arts of like characters in a very stylish way. They kind of recreated that, and everything she kind of recreated with proper angles, proper using proper props and everything. So yeah, even though this wasn't really a cosplay they did for like, like social media or anything. This is just like a group cosplay they wanted to do just for fun. It was still very much legitimate, it looked like, and they were like ready with the props and everything. Everything looked really good, and yeah, the photo shoot went very well. Juju also was extremely scared throughout the whole section, but she wanted to do this because of her sister, because her sister was very happy about it. That's why she didn't want to let her down, and that's why she, even though she hates these type of things, these type of horror things, she she swallowed her fear and she stayed there up until the very end. um yeah. Right. And what else did we have today? Oh, obviously the biggest thing, which is Marin's confession. So yeah, like I knew she wasn't going to confess. Like it would have been, I don't know, it would have been very abrupt confessing like this. So she did kind of say in the end, like, "Oh, let's get a selfie," you know, and yeah, and they did take one, and then it just the phone just dropped from her hand because Gojo was like very agitated and embarrassed. Oh Lord. But anyways, yeah. So from confession to literally a selfie, like, like I don't know. Like she, it really seemed like she was going to confess. Like the whole scene and everything. Where's that part? Yeah, she was like, will you please take a selfie with me? Oh boy. But anyways, I didn't expect her to confess here because come on, like I said, it would be too abrupt, I feel like. And like I don't know, I just don't know who's going to I doubt Gojo's going to confess because Gojo has no clue what's going on. Unless she, like, he in the future, in the future manga chapters, he starts liking mine himself. No, even if that happens, I feel like this is probably a show where, like, it won't be the male character but the female character confesses. Mine will probably the one to confess because I just don't see a future where Gojo realizes that Mine likes her or Gojo realizes that he likes Marin. I don't see a future like that. Like he, like, Gojo's, like what I've seen of him from these two seasons, he, like, even if he like starts liking Marin, like in this way, I feel like he'll be the type of guy who would not be able to understand that, and that's why he'll be oblivious to his own feelings. So it will have to be Marin who either takes a step or he will need to somehow understand, like Marin's feeling for him or vice versa. I feel like it will probably be Marin to confess in this show because, like I said, I generally don't see a future where Gojo realizes that, oh yeah, like, and he takes a step. I don't see that because Gojo's too much oblivious to any of these things. And like the thing is, like, it probably doesn't even cross his mind. Like if someone tells him that, oh, like, like, like looking at you and mine interacting, it seems like mine likes you. If someone tells him something like this directly, even, he'd probably just brush it aside and be like, ah, you're, like, obviously not, like, that's not, I don't think so, that is impossible. He's that type of character. He will never believe it unless and until mine herself probably confesses. So I feel like realization wise, that, like that realization, it'll never happen for him unless and until it is explicitly spelled out to him in front of his face, you know and that is why I think Marin will have to be the one who confesses. I might be wrong though, but seeing Gojo's personality and seeing, like, a little bit of his character in these two seasons, I don't see him being the one who realizes or be the one who confesses because I don't know. It is something that is extremely foreign to him. Like, never would he ever think that, oh, Marin likes me. That'll I don't see that happening to him. So yeah. But like I said, I might be wrong. Who knows? But Marin will have to take the step here. Otherwise, nothing will happen. I feel like. Right. Okay. Now, other than that, today we had, yeah, I think that was it. That was basically the few things that we had today. Mine thinking about her confession. Akira and Mine's whole situation gets resolved. Juju being extremely scared of the photo shoot with all the props and super realistic, like like props and everything. um, Juju opening up about how she was okay being alone up until now, but now so many people are interacting with her and she likes it, but she's also conflicted. Also, the fact that she wants to do all of these for her sister as well, and that's why she was, when said that they're going to do the coffin cosplay. At first, if you remember, she tried to say that no, I'm not going to do it, but then seeing her sister's face and how depressed she was like, okay, I'll do it. So that part. Then we got that whole section where Marin realizes that it's not that Akira hates her, it's actually the opposite. And like that part. And then finally Marin thinking about confessing but being unable to, and asking for a selfie at the end. So that was like the long and the short of today's episode. um yeah, now a few things to kind of talk about here. First and foremost, the cosplay shoot was amazing. Like I said, it was absolutely fantastic the way they did everything. And like, it was super realistic, as you can see. Their expressions and everything, the way they were shooting, like the photographs, from like an angle, from a top, and everything. It was so damn good. It was very, very nice. The props were really good. They were like throwing like those, like the red stuff on the plate. And then we had like the eyeball prop, and like the other stuff. We had the cake as well. And Gojo just, it was Gojo, right, just splashed the red, like like the coloring on top of it. All the color just splattered into the girls, like the dress and everything. There's also one photo you can see of Gojo. They snapped the picture while he was like kind of distracted, and it looked like he was some kind of a killer on the loose or something, with the expression that he was making. you know but overall, it was a fun photo shoot. And right. Yeah. And yeah, now another part which I want to discuss, which was Akira and Marin. So Akira and Marin's whole situation is basically, obviously Marin misunderstood because the way she was acting. So Marin thought that she didn't like her, and that's why where Juju's sister, what's her name, Shinju, right? Yeah. When Shinju, she was like, oh, let's take a picture of you two, because you two, we didn't have a picture of you two only, but in the game you two interact, and it's one of my favorite parts of the game. So, and Mine is under the impression that Akira doesn't like her, so she's like, oh no, she's not okay, like she's not really comfortable with me, which obviously makes Akira realize the whole misunderstanding. And you know we rewind back a little bit, and we get to see the conversation that she had with Gojo and Himeno. I forgot his actual name. That guy. uh, and there she expressed how she was just a, like a very big fan of Marin and her cosplay. And as they were saying, she basically like an Oshi. I'm pretty sure everyone knows at this point what an Oshi means. If you've watched Oshi no Ko, it's like everyone knows what it is at this point. Oshi is like basically in English, it's like a stan. Like stan is like more negative, I would say, but like I've seen a lot of people translate Oshi as stan, but I feel like stan is kind of a negative word. Like it's like people say that, oh, like people do use it in a positive way, but stan was supposed to be like a like a mixture of stalker and fan. So stan is basically that, which it should mean, which is like a very negative thing. But people nowadays use stan as a, like a way of showing that, oh, I like, this is like one of my most favorite people I am a fan of. That's how, people use stan nowadays. So I just don't like using the word stan. That's why, because it's actually supposed to be a negative thing, very negative thing. But people use it nowadays for, so I guess. But whatever. Oshi's supposed to be basically standing someone. So, obviously, if you've seen Oshinoko, you'll know what it is. But, like, basically, the person who you are, like, extremely, like, like, big fan of. Like, you guys buy their merch, their goods, you support them. If they do, like, some kind of a concert or some kind of a, like, meet and greet or whatever, you'll be there, or for, like, at the beginning of the line, like, basically, like, the biggest fan, like, and like, everything about that character, like, in such a, like, crazy way. So that is what an oshi is. So, saying you're like an oshi of someone is like one of the biggest, like, praises you could say. Like, oh, like, so that's why mine was so happy. Mine was like, oh my god, I never had one. Have never had one, before. That's so cool. So yeah, she was pretty happy. But she was awkward. Akira, that's why she was kind of stuttering and everything. And we get to know which the cosplay that she really liked of mine was Black Lobelia cosplay. And like I said, I kind of, like, mistook that acrylic stand in front. I thought that was Shizuku-tan's cosplay, but that was Black Lobelia. So which makes sense. Yeah. So and and she calls her princess. Oh my god. Right, and that is why she was acting so weirdly, and she knows that herself. That's why she was like, when I greeted Marine, I acted in such a weird way that even I was embarrassed. So that's why from that point onwards, she has been trying to avoid any type of contact with her. Like, because she thought that if she tries to talk to her, she's going to say weird stuff or act weirdly. That's why she's like, I'm not going to talk to her at all. Which obviously came out as a negative thing for mine, because mine thought that, oh, she doesn't like me. But it's not that. She was not really talking because she knew that if she tries to initiate a conversation or reply to her or something, she's going to act in a weird way, which is probably going to freak mine out. And she didn't want mine to see her like that. So it was basically that. Right. And anyways, the whole misunderstanding gets kind of, resolved here. And mine was very happy. Mine's like, oh, let's take a picture. And they take the picture together. And mine was all the pictures, mine was just so excited and everything. And you can see Akira just looking horrified. As if she's going to pass out or something. She actually passes out later on. Oh my god. But yeah, like, as she says, she's like, my life has never been this, like, fortunate. Because you've seen, like, how she, like, how her parents and how she lived her life by trying to suppress what she likes and thinking that it's supposed to be weird. But after coming across those, the friends that she got in the university, she was able to realize that, so that's why she's like, like, I'm already happy enough. But like, the fact that she has been able to talk to Mari and interact with her as well, and not only that, do a cosplay photo shoot with her and snap some pictures with her, she's like, oh, am I really worthy enough for this? But anyways, like, in the end, it's a good thing that they talked it out and everything got cleared up. Yeah, and there you go, that was that. Okay. Yeah, and I think that was it. I don't think there was anything else today. Hmm. Right. Yeah, and that was the end of today's episode. Now, let's see whether we get a season 3. Even if we get a season thing, I don't think it's going to be anytime, near, anytime soon. It'll probably be later. The manga has concluded, so I don't think they'll have any trouble for source material. But the question is how much of the manga has the anime covered. Based on that, we might have another more season, or maybe like if there's a lot left to cover, maybe two more seasons. Who knows? I'm not really sure. But whatever it is, I'm sure we're going to have another season because, like at this point, I feel like the show is pretty popular. It is also like it has already gotten two seasons, and I think it has probably covered at least half of the story. So there's no reason not to like do a full adaptation at this point. So we'll see when if it gets a third season. It'll probably get announced sooner or later. But I do hope they continue because like again, like it's already gotten like two seasons. So I think they should complete the whole story in anime format. So yeah, instead of just keeping it's just there. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. This was my reaction to the final episode of My Dress Up Darling Season 2. This is episode number 12. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Already haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next anime reaction. A new anime will be replacing this. Fall 2025 anime. I've already made a video on that. And I've talked about which shows will be replacing these old shows. So yeah, I'll see you guys in one of those reactions. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.